Welcome everyone to Tech Tip Tuesday. Today we're talking about Teams meetings and interacting with meetings, something that you're doing literally right now during the recording. We use it all the time. So just a reminder, everyone, safe place, review everything together, then open the floor for some questions. We're going to go through like instant and scheduled callings, go through some meeting options, then audio video integrations, setup, meeting controls, sharing, things like that, transcript, and some post meetings. I'll even talk about breakout rooms and stuff like that. So let's jump in. So first, before we go into the actual meeting, I'm going to bring up my calendar. Let's just look at today. Okay. So when you look at it today, you have a couple options. You can do a meet now, right? You can just join here, meeting with Route now, share a link, chat, and you can call it whatever you want. I like this to just quickly start. That puts you right in the meeting mode. A little hint about that, if you want to do a quick screen recording, that's a nice way to do it. Like share it. You don't have something like Loom or anything like that. You can do a screen recording that way. Remember, you can also do your Windows Shift S and do your screen recording that way as well. But yeah, so that's a quick meeting. Then creating a new calendar right inside of Teams. I'm inside the calendar. There's different types of meetings here. There's an event, which is your normal Teams meeting. I don't know why they call it an event instead of a meeting. Then there's a channel meeting. So if you're in your groups and your teams and you create a channel meeting, that's just going to automatically invite everyone that has access to that channel. A couple of the organizational ones that you can create are webinars, town halls, virtual appointments, and live event. Really, the only two that I've used are town halls and webinars. Webinar puts everyone automatically muted and kind of in with a registration page, which is really nice. Town hall, it's for a larger event, allows you people to mute and unmute, puts everyone in a green room to start. So there's a couple settings there. So any one of these is great. When you go ahead and create a new event, you got some meeting options. So I like to turn off the request responses and then hide attendee list. So if I don't want anyone to see who else is on it, you can do that. Remember, you have your busy status. I often forget this. So like sometimes I'll put stuff off and just say like I'm working elsewhere or I'm actually free. It's just a reminder for me. You can update your reminders here. You can add an email reminder. Hey, make sure you show up for this. And maybe I should do that for this meeting, but I can start thinking about that. Categorize. I don't really use these too much, but this will just change the color of it, and you can filter by categories. If you have Teams rooms, you can usually find them right there, and you can add an agenda down below. This is actually using a thing called Microsoft Loom that will turn into notes. So those are kind of the settings there. I'd also recommend that you'd look at your scheduling assistant for anyone that's a part of the meeting and when they're available and when they're not. Another little thing here is show only working hours is kind of helpful there as well, so that you don't have to see the nights and evenings. So that's creating the meeting. Once you've gone in and created the meeting, there's a lot of things you can do in here. You can go into your meeting options. So this is an important one. So you can control who can bypass. You can make anyone bypass the meeting lobby or the org. Just change that to whoever you want there. You can let people dialing in bypass the meeting lobby. I don't know many people that dial in anymore. Honestly, if you're going to dial in, just download the app on your phone. The Teams app on your phone gives you a lot more control than trying to actually dial into a device. If you're still using a desk phone, shame on you. Co-organizers. So I like changing this to who can present. Like for this one, for example, we made it specific people. So I have to actually add them to it. And we enable a green room. So that green room lets you kind of get everything going and have a start button before you get started here. Some other things here, you can turn on Q&A if you want. I could actually turn off mics for them, for everyone, if I had like a big meeting. So if you're having like an all company meeting, you could turn this off and only allow people to turn it on when they want. Same way with camera, so you know embarrassing camera photos and things like that. You can turn off reaction, attendance, and things like that. This is a nice one that you have here, record and transcribe automatically. So if you forget that, just turn that on. And I think you can create organizational templates that you can have this stuff turn on automatically for you. Copilot, we're going to do a whole nother session sometime down the road on Copilot throughout the whole MS 365. So I would encourage you to look at these before your meeting, just especially for larger production meetings. Make sure that you have it set up exactly how you want it there. So little quick thing when joining a meeting. So I can't actually show you this because I've already joined a meeting, but just be aware that you have your ability to turn off on and off cameras right here, affect your avatar. One thing I recommend if you're going to join with other people is don't use this audio. I like to, if I'm not sure how the echo is going to go and everything like this, I select don't use audio. And then your room audio is really nice as well. If you have Teams device, you can select a room's device and it will know that you're in that room there. So that's joining. So once you're inside of me, you can go right here and you have a bunch of different options at the top. You'll see kind of encryption status, recording status, live, where we're at there. Then you have your chat feature that you can chat and do like @mention. And you can mention anyone on the call. You can do your Q&A session right there. That's that button that I turned on. You have your people. I could come in and download a attendance list. I could lock the meeting to not let anyone else. I could disable mic for all attendees because I have attendees. They could just turn that off. I could disable camera for all attendees if I wanted to. I could come in and disable it for one person. So disable mic, disable camera. I can spotlight a person. I could even spotlight for everyone just a picture of myself so that I am nice and focused for that. Okay. You can hit exit spotlight right there. So those are just some features there. Another great thing here, say I wanted to invite someone else. I can just type their name in, request as presenter, request as attendee to join the meeting. I also have this share invite, and I can copy that link or share via email. So just be aware of those right there. That's under people. You got your ability to raise your hand to ask questions. I like to tell people, hey, if you have a question, just raise your hand. I'll call on you. And then if you're doing mics and unmuting mics, like you could literally disable mic for everyone, for example, and then come in here and enable that mic for when they actually raise their hand. Reactions, you can give thumbs up. Those will share communications back throughout everyone. Views, you got the speaker view here. You can also go into gallery. You got together mode as well. Some more options here is prioritize video, makes it a little bit smoother. Select your gallery size. I like to turn on, you can put this at the top. You can open it up as a shared display. So if you have multiple monitors for like your boardroom or something like that, adding it for a shared display is good. You can remove yourself. So look at some of these. You can hide me and go back to video, unhide me. I got a couple ones I'll show at the end. Notes is nice. It's just this Microsoft Loom or Loop. You can put in topics. It's just a bullet list here. I use a note taker, so I don't use this very often. Copilot can also do this as well. You can share who has access to it. There's also breakout rooms. I'm not going to go in here and do this, but you can create rooms and you can push people out to those rooms. So if you had like a larger group, you want a smaller discussion, you can quickly break them out. You could let people choose their own room and go into different rooms. You can also set this up ahead of time if you need to and create your breakout rooms before you get started. Apps, there are a ton of apps here. Check those out sometimes. You got your record and transcribe, so you can stop recording. You can show your transcript as you go right here and follow this in real time. You can also switch to live captions right there and see everything that you're saying in live in real time, and that's kind of annoying if you're doing it while you're talking to yourself. So I'm going to go to close this. You can also pop that out and put it on a different screen. So maybe you have like another screen beside that you want to have as your caption screen. That's really nice. Let me close that. Other things you have is like meeting options, turn those off. You have all your video settings. So let me show you the video settings. So choose your camera, choose your background. You can show different backgrounds here. So bunches of different options. Hit show all. Let's do this one. You can preview it, what it's going to look like for just yourself down here. And then you can apply that and turn on the video. You can also upload your own background by just clicking right there. And like I could do a, let's just go here, building better rectangle. And hit apply. And it's right there. Other things, you got your mic. You can turn off and on mic. Mute yourself real quick right here. More audio settings. Choose which device that you're using. Go into high fidelity music mode if you need to. If you're actually playing music, that's really helpful there. So if you are here and actually sharing, you have all your sharing controls. So I'm going to hit some of these. So camera, mic, mute, real quick mute. One thing I'll mention too is we all have this thing that sits at the top when we share our screen. You drag that over. Actually, one thing I did forget to do is show you when you are sharing your screen. So I can't show you actually, but stop sharing is here. But when you share, you got some options to turn on and off your which view you're going to use, which like if you're going to use which screen, things like that inside here. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. We can walk through that in detail. I didn't quite think about that before this to jump into that. I'm going to stop sharing real quick and share again. Other things that you can do here is you can change your layout. So I could go like side by side. That should change how you see me right now. I can come in and go reporter mode, put myself inside the screen. I can do standout. So there's a bunch of little options right here. Just show content. So jumping through those. There's optimize. So if you're presenting to a larger group, optimize video content is on. That's really helpful. Here's your share sound right here. So optimize and share sound. And then you have annotate. You can use the annotate button. And it will have a bunch of different things in here. So yeah, you can't see that because it doesn't appear. It just appears when you're sharing your screen, unfortunately, which is kind of annoying, but that is what it is. So those are most of the features. You've got chat and people there. You also have your stop sharing button. And I'm going to end the meeting here by talking about a couple little features that you have kind of post-meeting that you can walk through. So once you've finished a meeting, your tech tip will appear in the chat, right? And then you have the ability to view a recap in here, and that will take you to another window that opens up. I can look at the transcript of a meeting. I can open it in Stream. I can share it right from here, copy a link, stream. Once it's open up here, I can go ahead and download that video. I could even edit it right here as well. It takes a minute for it to open. You can see a recap of the meeting. Same thing. See who actually attended. Go to your breakout rooms and create your breakout rooms. This is where you actually create them ahead of time. You have your speaker coach. I don't think I have any results here. Q&A, any questions that we had, and then the whiteboard that was created for the meeting. That's pretty much it as far as we go here. Or here you can see kind of the annotation features as well that you got. Anyway, that's Tech Tip Tuesday for this week. I will talk to you all later and have a wonderful rest of your week.